Howdy folks, this is Rasadat back with another episode of Age of Engineering. We are on episode 12, and as you can see I have started my empowered diamantine crystal. I went ahead and finished up off camera doing the thermal centrifuge as you can see here. Now you may be wondering why I turn it sideways like that, and that is because the thermal centrifuge is a tier 2 power for industrial craft. These are all tier 1. We discussed, I think, in the first couple episodes about the metal former and the fact that even though it is technically a tier 1, it does use power faster than the tier 1 power generation, like our our generator here, and the transfer cables there of 128 RF per tick. It uses more than that. So with a metal former, it's actually better if you put a transformer upgrade on it and move it over to the tier 2 line so that it doesn't overuse your power source. But as you can see down here, I've got, as we discussed, we've got the low voltage solar arrays which output 256, which is tier 2, which requires the copper. And as well that the CESU outputs tier 2 256, and I've got, barely see over there in the corner right here, I've got these two solar arrays both going into and coming out of the CESU, and that's just a battery bank. So it's going directly into, using tier 2 copper, into the thermal centrifuge, which is fine. But you see here I have a transformer converting it from 256 there to 128 there, going on 10 down my tier 1 line. Now when we get into some of the beefier stuff later, start getting into tier 3 and tier 4, we're going to have to transform those guys again. We'll have to downstep it at every stage to go to the tiers. Probably in between this episode and next, I will actually move this, get a transformer upgrade, and move this metal former over here next to the thermal centrifuge. But until then, we're going to run it like this. So I thermally centrifuged my stack of 18 nether quartz and got the 9 tiny piles of lithium dust, which I then made into a regular pile of lithium dust here, which I used in the recipe to get my empowered diamantine crystal. Now to get the unempowered version, you just throw a diamond down, zap it with the atomic reconstructor. It goes in the middle, and then your lithium dust, your ash, your benitoite, and the other thing that it requires, which is the fertilizer, which you have to have the apatite crystal, couple sand for. Okay, so now that we have the thermal centrifuge done and we got what we needed, which is this guy right here. Need to clean up my inventory real quick. We're going to go on to the next step. I'm actually upgrading. I was in the process of upgrading my my wiring for all of my immersive engineering when I ran out of clay, because you got to have hardened clay for each of them. And so I need to. Forgot to turn that off. So I had to go collect some clay. Throw these guys in here. Let them cook up some hardened clay, and I need to go get, looks like, another 5 copper to finish filling up that block. I just threw a stack in there, forgot to pay attention to the count. Sorry about that. All right. Luckily, I had enough power. So the diamantine crystal only required 2 million RF, but that's because I didn't do an entire block. If I did the block, it would have taken 20 million. On the Palis crystal that we did, the whole block only cost 8 million. An individual cost 800,000, and likewise with the Restonia, the whole block only cost 4 million, and a single one cost 400,000. Um, so as you go up in um, value, rarity tier, whatever you want to call it, of the various items that you can empower, they get increasingly more um, expensive. An empowered canola, uh, it does it not actually tell us how much it costs? It's really quick. It's not a lot. It's like zzz, done. The magical laser beams of light come on, and it almost instantly becomes empowered. So it's very little on that end. Anyway, so now that we've got this guy, we can add it to our stack of stuff over here for the algorithm separator. Move some of my stuff out of the way here. Boom, boom, boom. So got that. We need to make these guys. Actually, we need to make two of these guys. And then this guy's ready. So, I don't actually remember if this guy requires power or not. Let's set him over here and see. Yes, he does. So, what are we going to do here? This guy output. Maybe we've got some clay. So with the connectors, each one of the higher one takes two of the previous ones. So each recipe gives you two. So then you take those two, drop it into the next recipe, and you get two. So it's actually upgrading. You're not actually making new ones. However, on the relays, I believe you can't do that. Yeah. So on the relays, once you make them, they're made. There's no more. You don't get to reuse them like you do on the connectors, which is unfortunate. Um, crap. Well, that's annoying. Um, let's get this clay out of here first. Because I do have to make some more relays to match the connectors I've already made. Because I've already upgraded these guys to the medium voltage. Yeah, the MV. Oh, I actually did some high voltage, so I've got some of everything. We're going to do the high voltage connectors. Specifically, we're going to do it on these guys, just so we can get power to them faster when they have a spendy, um, which means we're going to have to upgrade all of these. Actually, that one I don't. I can just do that one and come out of like maybe the backside, have its own high voltage deal. That might work. I guess one of the good things about the relays not being able to upgrade like it was, like you can with the connectors, yes, you do waste it once you use it, but to make it, you don't have to make a bunch of the other ones first. Insulating glass, can we do that yet? We need some iron, some cactus. I don't know if we have any cactus. I don't know that I've collected any. That could be annoying. Does not look like I have any cactus. I don't know where the nearest desert is. Nowhere I've been to close by, anyway. So, maybe we'll just stick to medium voltage for now. I just need some iron and some clay. So I've got the clay. I'll come over here get some iron. I've already got some in my inventory. So I can make 16 of them. Let's just make 8 for now. We're gonna need my hammer. So I think this guy can actually output on multiple sides, and I don't think he cares uh, what's connected to it. As long as the connector is correct, you cannot switch between. Oh, I have to make medium voltage cabling too, which requires electrum wire, which means I have to smelt. So I need gold and silver, but I think I can just mix it. Pretty sure I can. Which means I gotta macerate some stuff. So we're gonna get this started. I may not even have any silver. Ah, yeah, there we go. Throw this over here in my macerator. Let that go for a bit. I've got some gold, but I don't have any already done up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, chicken. Need another hopper. Do I have one already made? I think I do. Nope. Once again, me running around, not knowing what I'm doing. Alright. So, by the time I get this done, it's going to be ready already. So throw that guy in there. I think I've already got the output done. Yeah, I do. So I got some silver there. So this guy takes a pretty good bit of power. On these two low voltage solar arrays, it cannot keep up with how much this takes. So you see I've got a switch on top. Just like over here on the heater, where in order to keep the heat going, you either have to have something in it cooking or have a redstone signal to it. The thermal centrifuge works the same way. This little bar right here is its heating bar. If you have something in it cooking, it actively heats. But if there's nothing cooking, it will cool off and it takes longer. So I put this lever on top, turned it on, so that it stays hot all the time. So yeah, we're waiting all that. Let's have to. I think I don't have any connectors. I've got to make it because that's used all of my low voltage connectors. So I think I just do that. Yes, can just do that. It's outstanding. So we're gonna come cook this up real quick. I just needed a plate. Check in metal form. Where did the blood? Seriously? Where did the blood come from? I don't know. It's annoying. Let's get rid of it. It should come out. Yeah, that annoys me. What's wrong now? Blood. Just trying to make some room, folks. Sorry about the delay. So, that guy in there. I don't know why the blood is not. Usually you can get that to come out. I have to go get more copper. Fill up those casting basins. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 for the other one. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this one. But in the meantime, I can get my ingots going. So it just needed 2. For medium voltage. Oh, no, I'm doing coils. I gotta have 4. It'd be great if we could re-smelt the coils. I bet that doesn't work, though. Nope. Of course not. We might get something done today. So with the algorithm separator, we needed that for the advanced greenhouse. That's right. We had to separate out lapis. We had to divide lapis by reinforced iron. Reinforced iron. Not divide by, separate. Separate lapis blocks to get the tanzanite. That's right. For future use, I went ahead and cooked up a bunch, as you can see, because we will be making more connectors as we increase our immersive engineering uh, machine shop. That will become more and more needed. Okay, I have a stick already. Make us some coils. Now, we're going to put a relay. All right, there. I'm going to go ahead and connect. Where's my other connectors? That's high voltage. We don't want high voltage. We want medium voltage. I left my medium voltage over here. Okay, put you up, put you down. I was going to go ahead and connect up my display stand, but I need this guy running, so we're going to go ahead and do here, maybe here. This maybe. I wonder if I can just. Surely not. Surely I don't just charge this in the thing. That would be strange. Process speeds, energy uses per operation, consumption 25. I'll just put it next to here. Speed ticks machine stats. Remove circuits, pause. Apparently I have not done enough research on this. Because I'm not sure why I cannot. Maybe it's the front side. Ah, there's your problem. Medium voltage. Boom. Boom. Quick. Alright. Now we got that worked out. That was annoying. Nope. That guy. We're doing 4 because one block gives us a large, and we gotta have 4 larges. A single lapis lazuli gives you a small tanzanite. Or just a regular tanzanite. As you can see, one lapis gives you 1 tanzanite. And then to make a large one, whole block, we need 4. And we've already got, if I'm not mistaken, we don't have, so we have to separate, we have to divide a diamond by a reinforced iron ingot, and that will give us the weak diamond using our scientific calculator, which does division. I am running out of space again. Inventory maintenance is not my forte. We may actually get the Garden Cloche set up today. It's actually morning here. Oh, and I did forget. Before we go any farther, that was the delicious sound of an Abita strawberry lager. It's part of their harvest series. And for those who do not know, Abita is brewed by the Abita Brew Company in Abita Springs, Louisiana. Now this particular one, the strawberry lager, is absolutely delicious. I'm a big blueberry fan, so I like a lot of the blueberry, the Sweetwater Blue, and the blueberry jam from Terrapin. However, I have to say that the strawberry is delicious. Now there are 2 other companies that I know of that also do a very, very good strawberry beer. One is Parrish, the other one is Covington. The main difference between those is this one is a strawberry lager. Both Parrish and Covington, theirs is a wheat beer. So the flavor profiles are a little different on the beer aspect of it, but on all 3, the strawberry flavor, it's not overwhelming, but it is definitely there, and it is delicious. So, if you like fruit, if you like strawberries, definitely check out one of those 3, because they are all fantastic. Now, with that out of the way, I think we are actually ready to build this guy. Once again, my inventory is overcrowded, so get rid of some things, put you up, get rid of some of this metal I have just hanging out. That should give me enough room to do what I gotta do. Advanced greenhouse. So yeah, that's all we need, just that. Our 4 tanzanite, our 4 weakened diamonds, and the greenhouse that I pre-built. Gives us the advanced greenhouse, and then this guy, fairly simply, to give us the farmer. I've already got the anoric blocks, I've already made the iron casings. I have not made the empowered things. I don't know if I've got enough to do all of these. No, no one, no one. Don't know if there's enough stored. There might be. How much did that use? See, talk about 990 RF per display stand. So what is that times 4? Anybody, quick. 36 and 360. So 3960. And here's our 2 N-powered canola. I don't know if I did that math right. Alrighty. So, once we get the garden cloche done, which we're there basically, we are not going to get it set up today. I can go ahead and tell you that. First of all, because we are already at 26 minutes of recording, and that's not going to happen in 4 minutes. And secondly, because I don't have my infrastructure in place. Like I told you last time, the Garden Cloche is very powerful. As you can see, it's very expensive, but it's very powerful. There's a reason it's as hard as it is to make. Because once it gets going, it will spit out a single item, a single crop, at enormous rates. Specifically, we're going for canola. We're going to take that canola and we're going to press it, we're going to ferment it, and then we're going to empower it. We're going to crystallize it, and then we're going to empower it. We're going to do all that automatically. We're going to spend an entire episode just setting up that automation system. However, it runs constantly, and it's going to take constant power draw. So part of the setting up of the Garden Cloche is to run itself. So that automated system will eventually run itself. But as we get into more things, we're going to need more power. And that Garden Cloche is going to be the first step in a series of steps that we use to get our power situation under control. So apparently I did not... Yeah, I did. I already pulled them out. Okay. I was about to say, look like I didn't set that stuff up. I am missing the lantern, which missing the glowstone, which I have. So do that. We should be able to make a lantern now. And then finally, Garden Cloche. So, the Garden Cloche can be a little confusing, and I probably will not be able to remember exactly what's happening here. But when you set it up, you see there's a bunch of sides on it. See if we can take a look at the bottom of it. As you can see, it's got a little connectors on it, and if you take the hammer, you can turn it. As you can see, it doesn't change the output, but you can turn it. Same thing here. You cannot change the output. That is O. That's orange, O, for output. This guy, all you do is turn. You can see that's blue. That's not O, so therefore it's not input. It's not output. It's an input. So input power goes in the bottom. Output into a chest or whatever goes here. You can use, I believe you can use the transfer pipes from extra utilities. I believe this is also an output. Those are both the same thing. And it has to have water, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, you got to have water. So you got to put whatever your plant grows on. So if it's a cactus, you got to have sand. If it's netherwort, you got to have soul sand. For growing normal everyday crops, you got to have dirt or farmland. I don't know if there is farmland in this. Yeah, there is. Okay, so so you can put farmland in there, but you got to have one piece of whatever it grows on here, and then you put the actual crop here. And I think I can go ahead and put it in there. It's just not going to do anything, just to show you. Not industrial credits, extra utilities. Is it actually additions? Yes. So take my canola seed, and you basically plant it. So, boom. Um, so once it gets power, as you can see, it'll grow very, very quickly. Like just standing here watching, it'll tick, tick, and then drop down. Boom, that's an output. Tick, tick, it'll drop down. Boom, that's an output. It's that fast. Um, so once we get ready, we'll get everything connected up. And again, I have to go through and remember this black. I believe this is the input for the fluids. I have to go back and double check that. This is the output for the seeds. I think you can do power here, maybe. Um, I don't remember. I don't remember exactly how it goes. I think you can also power it from the top. But anyway, we'll get this set up. We'll have it all going directly into our big automated system. I may dig me a basement to do all that in, and then just have a power tap from where that comes out. Put in some more storage for power, and we'll get that going next time. But in the meantime, last thing we do on this episode, I am out of time, but we can go ahead and move to the farming age. Solar panels. We can't create solar panels and get started with grid power, but I've got everything I need for the next age. I think sturdy casing. I need bronze gear, which is that. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a bronze gear, steel gear. Steel machine component. And that is everything I need. So the large bronze plate goes in the middle, and the other bronze items goes around the outside. Pretty sure this is not going to be enough. Actually, I know this is not going to have enough power to do it all. But we'll get it going. Show the pretty magical beams of light as they get started. That'll draw down. With that, we will see you next time. Bye, guys.